Mangalam of LogRocket, and he is going to be doing a live coding presentation on React server components. And it's the latest thing, and there's a lot of exciting stuff having to do with that, and more things, more power in the core performance. So I'm going to beam him right in here. Here he is. All right, Harsh, welcome back.
Yeah, hi.
Tell us all about React server components. I'm excited.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, basically I will be talking about React Server component and basically what problem we are solving with that. So yeah. So before React Server component, we need to understand what is basically React client component. So basically we are building single page application before, and we are doing much of the things inside our web browser. So we are getting empty file from the server, and we are building like virtual DOM, adding event listener, and putting all the state graphs in from the client, and we are rendering that thing inside our web page. But after that, server side rendering comes. We all know that Next.js come up with like get server side props, get static props like things, where what we are doing now, instead of sending the empty HTML file, we are now sending basically the content that required to show in the browser. So your user is not showing the blank screen. Now they are come up with some content. Now your SEO is happy. Your Google performance is happy that there is some content to show to the user. But again, the problem is still your user browser is basically doing the work to show that component inside the browser, and all devices are not capable. Suppose your web page is large, having 500 or 1,000 of component, so your browser is not capable to show all the component or render all the component inside their browser. Okay, so React Server component is basically solving this thing. So instead of running all these components on the browser, instead run everything on the server and just send the result of that component. Okay, but server side rendering is doing the same thing twice. Okay, so this thing basically much difference between server side rendering and server components. And of course, if you will move much part on the server that is not interactive, you will also decrease the bundle size on the client. Means your client will download very less bundle size or very less JavaScript, and even no JavaScript if there is no interactivity. Yeah, so this one is just a simple introduction to React Server component. Um, I have spin up a Next.js application, and I will show you that how basically React Server component render in the browser. Okay.
Great, great. Yeah, so to me, this means that it's going to be faster.
Yes, faster uh, with lower bundle size, so everything like performant with less storage, let network request and response flow on the network.
Okay, cool.
All right, I've shared my screen there.
Okay, there you go.
Yes. So yeah. So here I have spin up a Next.js application. So you will see I am in the home page. So if I will open this one, let's say localhost 3000. Yeah, you will see a simple text here. But what I will do here, I will fetch data on the server, and then I will fetch some GitHub repository, and then I will show you that how basically server basically React server component is doing their work. Okay, so yeah, so if you will see the first thing here, that if you have work on the before like server side rendering or clients React client component, so you cannot you cannot do your like you cannot do convert your pages into asynchronous things. Okay, so you can only do the synchronous thing inside your pages. But after adding the React server component, you can convert your pages into an async component. Even you can convert your any component into async function, and you can do your asynchronous task directly inside the function. So let me show you. Suppose let me create one utility function. Let's say uh, async function. Let me write. Okay, async function. Let's say fetch repos, and it will accept, let's say, the username, and that will be of type string. And from here, what I will do, I will make API call using fetch API. And okay, I required the URL, so I already copied URL from this is basically GitHub APIs. And now what I will do, I will say the data that will be, let me convert this one into JSON. Okay, and now I will return data from here. So I am fetching the data, I'm converting my response data into JSON, and I'm sending this data. I'm returning whatever we are getting from them. Okay, and let's add some types here. So I will say that this will be of type repo type that I have already created, and this will be repo type array. Okay, and now what I will do, I can directly fetch this data inside my component. So we'll see if I will write repos await fetch repos, and I will give the username, let's say first. Okay, I've given my username here, and for this to await, we need to convert our synchronous function to async function. Okay, so I will put async here. All right, so now you have the result, you have the all the repositories. Now I can loop through the repository and I can show each repository. So what I will do, I will say repos dot map each repo. Okay, and here I will render the repo component that I already created. Okay, I will give the key because we are looping through the data. So this will be, let's say, ID, and I will send all the repo data to this repo component. Okay, so yeah, so let's see what happens now. So if I will refresh here, you will see some of the repositories coming here. So let me add some grid here so it will look some nice here. So what I will do, I will add a section. I will add a class name. I already configured with SAT UI and Tailwind CSS, so it's easy to add some styles here. Okay, so now I added some grid with some repos. So what is happening here? So if you have work on client side component, so what we done here, so we basically fetch some data maybe using 10 stack query, or we are using use effect. So use effect is not recommended. They add some waterfalls and many performance issues. But maybe if you are using a React query, so they are making a data API call. So once your component rendered inside the client, okay, so means you have to wait some time after rendering of component, you will start fetching your data. Okay, so that is not performant. But what's happening now, so it will fetch all the data on the server. So suppose you are making 10 API call, so you don't have to go and round trip all the 10 API call. You will directly fetch all the data from the database inside the component, and you will provide all the data where you want to show that thing, and then the result of this thing will be passed to the client, and now you will see the results come here. So this is a small introduction to how basically React Server Component works. There is many things inside React Server Component. It may be very long videos to go through everything. Uh, yeah, so that is a short introduction.
Oh, okay, I'm back. I was talking and you probably couldn't hear me. Okay, so that was excellent. So now, is this built into the functionality already, or did you import that to use the server
Yes,
components?
yes. So whatever the functionality I am using here, that I already built, like the prototype UI. So yeah, I have used V0. So I got the access from the Vercel for V0. So V0 is basically generative UI tools. So you can give some text, it will generate UI for that. So that card is basically generated using V0. And utility and all the component, like repo component, I already created, and just I rendered using on the server.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Harsh, for coming on and sharing that with us. It's exciting news. Things are moving forward in the technology industry, and it's always exciting. You got to stay on top of this stuff, otherwise you'll be like, "Whoa, everything's changed in a week." So, all
Yes.
right. So hopefully we can get you back on here and share the latest stuff. There's so much new stuff every time. And once again, thanks a lot, Harsh. Ladies and gentlemen, Harsh is like an expert coder, and as you can see, so I love to keep in touch with him and have him on and bring us the latest. He's over at LogRocket, and they have a great blog where you can see the latest stuff, right? Is that
Yes.
logrocket.com?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks so much. We'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah. Thank you.